Okay, guess what, folks? I have it. That's right, the Mega Mac Cat is back, and he is officially broadcasting with a new Xbox One. And we're talking brand new out of the box, baby. I just unpacked it and hooked it up, and I'm giving her a test run. It took a bit longer than I'd like to, as far as getting it set up because of software updates and other gobbledygook. What I'm doing here is a two-for-one type of deal. I'm going to be giving you a basic rundown of the system itself, but I'm also going to give you a run at the game that has so far absorbed all my interest in this console, Killer Instinct, as you can see. Now, first things first, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. You'll notice, no, there's no Kinect. Why? Because the Kinect is a stupid goddamn gimmick, and even Microsoft knows it. So, they can go themselves as far as I'm concerned. Now, as far as the interface is concerned, it actually isn't that bad. I kind of like the layout. Games are right where you want them, and yep, there's Killer Instinct Classic. Did get that. Killer Instinct, the new version. Got Peggle, got Forza. Also have Dead Rising 3, but I haven't actually sat down to get that. There's some demos that I'm looking forward to trying out, but for the most part, mostly just messing around with it right now. The interface is clean, it's easy, you can modify it and change it however you like, alter your profiles at any time you like. Like, choose your color, set your gamer pick, which, can be whatever you want from this massive list of stuff, I suppose. Which I think is pretty cool that they give you like a large variety of options, but it just seems kind of, I don't know, seems a little bit excessive. But hey, it is what it is. So just to demonstrate that, let me go ahead and see if there's anything here I'd like to put in for my gamer tag. And animals. Some cool drawings too. Ooh, samurai. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a samurai fan. So, alright, color's already set, so yeah, I still got my Xbox 360 and it's still in use, so you can expect to get some video from that down the road maybe, but right now it's mostly just there for all my stuff that I had on my account before I moved over to PlayStation 4, which I will be doing videos with that too. So other than that, we got games, we got movies, we got music, we got TV, we got apps up the wazoo, which is pretty awesome. I think I've already got YouTube and Xbox Video for my apps. And just to demonstrate the system, I'm gonna see, I'm just gonna run here, see if anything came up. I should have some stuff in my account. Haven't used it in a long time, but I should still have some stuff in my account. But yeah, you can check your TV, check your stuff. All good stuff here. Not bad, really. The proud combination of internet and cat, apparently, but that's not fair, true. But it's a running joke that YouTube's powered by cats or something. Anyway, so let's get on with it. The basics of this system are pretty good. There's your store, there's your other stuff. The biggest complaint about this, and I do need to point this out, is that this system has an enormously limited list of games. And that's fair is fair, full disclosure. That is true of the PS3, the PS4 as well, and that is mostly due to the fact that they're both so new. And I actually do have this game. I rented it for my PS4, played it to completion. If you did not play the first game, I would highly recommend it. It is fantastic. And the Definitive Edition definitely gives it a kick to the pants in terms of visual abilities and all that stuff. I saw this. It's kind of crap. hate to say it, folks, but I was hoping for another Panzer Dragoon. It wound up being a worthless pile of crud. This is a QuickTime City junk fest. I am not impressed with Rise myself. Visually, it's extraordinary, but in terms of its gameplay, it's bleh, boring. Anyway, there's the basics layout. Just wanted to give you guys an idea of what you're looking at. Now, to the main crux of it, the games. I mean, it's a gaming console. I'm buying it for the games. I don't watch enough TV for the TV thing to really matter to me anyway. Now, I did play Forza Motorsport, and as a racing game goes, it is very good. It is also extremely beautiful and a little bit flighty on the controls. I may do a full review on that later once I've gotten more into it. But I spent the last 3-4 hours on this bad boy, so let's do it. Killer Instinct. Now, full disclosure, I of course do not own Killer Instinct. I don't own any of the music, not a darn thing. I'm not doing this for money, and certainly not doing it because I want to be internet famous or nothing. I'm doing this mostly for my own amusement. And I must congratulate Double Helix Games. Excellent work on this system so far. And I will also congratulate Microsoft for finally bringing out a rare license that is actually worth its money. Now, Killer Instinct is back. I love that music. Oh, how I've missed that theme. And welcome to KI News. Okay, to be fair, this is actually pretty cool. This is a challenge, news, achievements, and update roster, so it gives you an idea of what your stats are, as well as gives you links to the community as far as what else is going on, and you can even upload your clips from here, which is pretty nice. This game does have the ability to actually share and record clips at will, and if you're playing on the unit with a Kinect hooked up, it actually can be done vocally. You can tell it Kinect record, and it will record. And there's my category. There's all my history, all that stuff. Now, I will say this. Let me get my gripes out of the way first. 1. No arcade mode is bullcrap. That should have been like the first thing that came out was arcade mode. That and the multiplayer. All the other stuff should have been secondary. That being said, they rushed this. I understand that. I know that they were trying to get this out for the launch and they had to sort of cut it a bit to get things going. There's no excuse for it now after the fact that the arcade mode has not been added. So, Microsoft, get your butt on that, get Double Helix on it, get that shit fixed. Now, that being said, that is about the only major gripe I have. The Xbox Live, what I have seen is extremely smooth, flawless, perfect. But me, not a big Xbox Live guy. I've made that very clear. Here's my fight titles. I've not played with any of these characters yet. Okay, Glacius, Sadir, or Spinal I have not even touched. My replays, I have a bunch of them. Achievements, I've gotten a few so far. And yeah, it is what it is. I mean, perform 30 throws. Yeah, see, these are the different achievements that are going on right now. These are the achievements I've gotten, which I've actually gotten quite a few. I've not played with everybody, but I've played with enough that I've gotten pretty good. I'm actually trying to play through some of the survival and stuff to get enough points that I can actually unlock the secondary announcer. Now, here's the deal, folks. As you'll notice, there's 4 options in the single player area. There's versus, which is player versus player. There's survival, there's dojo, and there's practice. And dojo is amazing. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it perfectly honest. This is the best tutorial for a fighting game I have ever seen, ever. And I mean completely, honestly, I cannot honestly explain, how this works. It is so amazing. Now, for example, this is all the basic stuff. 1 through 16 is pretty much the basics, but this is where they get into the more advanced stuff like, say, shadow counters, which are a new feature. Now, if you're familiar with KI, you know it's all about the combos, counters, combo breakers, shadow moves, and ultras. One thing missing from this is there's no finishers, there's no ultimates, but shadow counters are a new feature, as it says up here, that allow you to cancel your character's blocking animation directly into a counter pose. And it's basically a medium punch, medium kick, wall and block stun. So let's give it a try, shall we? So basically, that allows you to punish cheap spamming jerks by making them suffer. See? There it goes. He's done. So that's an interesting shift in momentum because you can actually shadow counter a spammer and it actually breaks the... See? So you have to wait till the last second for it to work. See, it's all about timing with this. There we go. There we go. Alright. Now, as you can tell, I'm still learning how to play this. But I'm getting better. And I'll show you that in a moment when I actually play some of the different characters. Alright, so... Yeah, let's get out of here. Go back to main menu. Local play and versus. And player versus CPU. And I'm going to set it to easy because I'm still learning these characters, but Saberwolf. And then I'm going to random this one. And where's Devil's Landing? You know what? Nah, I like this one. So yeah, as it clearly indicates, I am just getting warmed up here. I'm just starting. But the game has a lot of good potential, and I think there's a lot of good fun to be had with it. So I think there could be some enjoyable stuff going on with this. Now, as you no doubt notice, the game looks amazing. Detailed character designs, they're very clear, very clever. They have some of the character designs I feel like they could have done better, but I love the whole Victorian look for Saberwolf. It's actually kind of cool. Here we go. Dang it. Now you'll notice I got a good combo, but I didn't do nearly as much damage as I would have liked, and that's because I didn't end it properly. And that's a big part of this game's new engine is to end your combos with a proper finisher so that you can get the maximum damage. Like that. 18% damage just from that low combo. And here comes a shadow and oh, counter. Good combo breaker. And then I can play that too, punk. And each character has 3 unique features. Their combos, their overdrive mode, or their instinct mode as it's called, which is this, in which I go crazy. And that gives you a boost of power, speed, makes your hit stun longer, gives you better regeneration, and you can do more damage. Ooh, combo broke it. And there we go. That was a good count. That was a good combo. Do over 20 damage with Saberwolf in just a single attack. Now, my biggest problem is that I feel that some of the characters are a little bit less intuitive than they could be. But that's more to do with the fact that the game feels as if there it is. That game feels a little bit rushed in that regard. On the other hand, they've got very good balance and gives the game a really good feel. Another thing that's really awesome is the music is just amazing on this. There it is. It's over. Ultra combo, baby. Saberwolf, I kind of like his old design better, to be perfectly honest. This design is perfectly good. I just sort of missed the old design. Now, I did not mean to do that. Character select, please. And I will show you my Jago. I guess apparently Jago's like really the #1 guy that people play as right now. In particular online. And now I'll go to Devil's Crossing. I have not been playing a whole lot of online, just been testing out the waters, but I honestly can't say that I'm a big fan of it anyway, so. Now you'll notice my Jago's got a little bit of a weird change to his appearance, and that's because you can actually buy stuff that will change his appearance and make him look different. Oh yeah, come on. Oh dang, I didn't get the finisher. Now let me demonstrate that. Notice the meter on the bottom left of my screen when I start doing a combo. Those meters indicate how far along in your possible combo you are. Each combo has a limit, so you have to try and end the combo before you get to the... Oh, and he just combo broke me. Wow, this guy's good. Okay, I give you credit. I give you credit, Spinal. You got me off guard there. Now that being said, every character fights differently. Spinal is much more of a tactical character. He's more about defensive actions than he is about offensive moves. Jago is all about the offense, and he is more about hitting you with as much damage as he can. Like that. 29 damage. Oh yeah. Counter breakers also can give you enormous damage boosts. But they come at the cost where if you mess it up, you are left completely vulnerable, and he will just wreck you for it, like that. Mistake on my part, but I'm pretty sure I can come back from that. Shadows. Oh, he combo broke my shadow. Ah. Oh, that's all right. I can combo break his face. No, I couldn't combo break that one. Got him. It's over. And now, as you'll notice, the ultra combos cause immense background activity, but the music, which is, like I said, the music in this game is, is reminiscent of the original game, but it's dynamic. It changes as you fight, and it actually changes in an incredible amount of ways. The ultra combos change the actual music that you hear here. Not that they change the song, but they actually make the music that plays in the background go in time with their movement. So let's go ahead and do the Rebel Outpost again real quick. Oh, and see, Orchid's got her old school outfit going on. Damn. So, as you can see, the game is really detailed in its movements. The characters animate beautifully, and the particle effects are all over the place. There we go. That was a good combo. There's a great balance in this game. Each character has moves that can outdo the other characters. Like you saw there, Orchid came back with a really nice combo of her own, and now I've got her back up on my end, and now I'm pulling off my combos. 58% with a double shadow counter. I'm going to let her regen just a bit so I can get the ultra. It's over.
I'm afraid you're...
So yeah, there you have it. Alright folks, as you can see here, this is a great game, and a well-deserved, well-earned entry into the series. Now, does it herald things to come for the Xbox 360? Maybe. There's a lot of great ideas here. The Xbox Live was very impressive. The KI Store shows that they do have a handle on the microtransactions, if not quite to the same extent I would have liked. But they're getting there. I do think that they could have done more with the single-player offerings, and I know that they're actually talking about that, so I know that that'll happen down the road. Now, that being said, one last thing here. Let me go ahead and close that out real quick, go to My Games, and pull up the old school Killer Instinct. This is actually a re-release of the arcade version. Now, it does not have online multiplayer, but they are going to add that later. But this is very cool that they actually got this out as part of the package. Final version, classic version, and that is the original
Killer Instinct. Killer. Full bore. Fight ready.
Yep, that's the original Killer Instinct, alright. And I wonder if they... Yeah, they did. The controls for it are fluid and well laid out on the gamepad. Face buttons are light medium, and then the two right shoulder buttons are your heart attacks. Man, I remember how long it's been since I freaking played this game. Alright, can I do it? Yes, I can! Burned! Now, what you just saw was the Xbox One's odd habit of recording game clips at random on its own accord, which isn't a bad thing on its own, but own, but I do think that that's a little silly, and I think they should have more. I think you should have a little bit more restraint, but I can understand. I will say this, it feels weird playing this on the joypad. Same as it did back on the SNES days, really. Alright, I just want to try and get her with that Ultra. There it is. And she's done with it. It's over. Ultra combo. Man, this game has not aged well. Compared to the new one, it just looks like crud. It really does. Oh, well, that being said, fair enough. I just wanted to give a quick rundown on this. And control settings. Game settings. Alright, display settings. Wow, okay. That's actually pretty cool. You guys stretch, border art off, smooth. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, so that'll cover it, folks. I just wanted to show you a quick rundown of the awesomeness that is the Killer Instinct release. And I will probably be doing more of these in the future, so, look forward to that. But in the meantime, yeah. Killer Instinct may be the thing that makes my Xbox One worthwhile in the long run. Simply because it is a game that may actually get me back into the online field. Now that being said, it'll help if I can find some friends who do play online with this once I can find some other people with some Xbox One activity. But for now, there's a lot of potential with both the PS4 and the Xbox. And I want to see them both bring their A game. So, until next time, this is the Mega Matt Cat, and I will be doing some more in-depth coverage of both Killer Instinct and some of the other Xbox One games I've acquired as time goes on. In the meantime, expect more work from the sort of weird Japanese games and my Gundam games that I'm doing, and I'll see you all next time.